Question number 1. In deep learning, what is the purpose of dropout regularization? Clear logic. Your choice reducing overfitting is sound and 100% true. Question number 2. What is one of the common uses of deep natural language models? Bravo. Analysis of sentiments in social network comments is the answer. Question number 3. Which of the following is a hyperparameter in a neural network? Right choice. Learning rate is the best answer. Question number 4. To generate a machine learning model, the data is divided into great thinking. Training, validation, and testing data is the right choice. Question number 5. Deep neural network can consist of more than one hidden layer. On track. True is the correct answer. Question number 6. Which of the following is a representation learning algorithm? Solid response. Neural network is a valid choice. Question number 7. In deep learning, what is the purpose of the loss function? Sharp thinking. To measure the model's performance and guide weight updates is the right choice. Question number 8. What is one of the requirements for deep learning algorithms? Exactly. Availability of large datasets makes sense, and it is right choice. Question number 9. Which is not part of the science supporting machine learning? Well-reasoned. Linguistics is the correct choice. Question number 10. Choose the non-related components in building deep learning. Strong choice. Genetic is the right answer. Question number 11. What is the main challenge in training deep learning models? Smart pick. All of the above is the correct choice. Question number 12. Unsupervised pre-training described an effective way to dash. Excellent choice. Initialize weights of a deep neural network is the right answer. Question number 13. What has made deep learning more accessible in recent years? You chose high computational power, and it is correct. Question number 14. This are kind of learners that memorizes facts and details. Smart move. Surface learners is an accurate answer. Question number 15. Which of these options is not a framework for deep learning? You're right. Atom is the correct answer. Question number 16. Which provides a framework for studying object recognition? Great job. Supervised learning is the accurate answer. Question number 17. What best characterizes deep natural language models? Nice selection. They can learn highly sophisticated language representations is the correct and valid answer. Question number 18. What factors usually cause mode collapse in GAN training? Nice work. You chose the generator fails to produce sufficient data variation, and it is correct. Question number 19. What is the purpose of the Adam optimizer in deep learning? Nicely done. Momentum-based optimization is a solid answer. Question number 20. What is the main limitation of machine learning algorithms? Correct response. They can only interpret training data is the most accurate answer. Question number 21. What is the purpose of the loss function in deep learning? Correct. To iteratively search for and update parameter weights is the right answer.
Question number 22. What is the role of hidden layers in deep learning models?
Good job. Your answer, to capture increasingly abstract features, works well here. Question number 23. How many layers deep learning algorithms are constructed? Perfect. 4 is the correct choice. Question number 24. Which of the following is not a solution for dyeing ReLU? Excellent. Dropout is a brilliant choice. Question number 25. What are the stages in the learning and memory process? Right again. Sensory input, memory formation, memory recall is a valid answer. Question number 26. Which of the following is a subset of machine learning? Well picked. Deep learning is the correct answer. Question number 27. What is a perceptron in the context of neural networks? You got it. Your choice, a single-layer neural network, is right. Question number 28. Which of the following is an example of deep learning? Well done. All of the above is the right choice.
Question number 29. What do deep learning algorithms require for training?
Good thinking. Vast amounts of data is the right answer. Question number 30. What is the purpose of regression in machine learning? Oh. Valid point. To predict continuous values is true. Question number 31. In an N, what does the term feed-forward refer to? On track. Forward propagation of data is the correct answer. Question number 32. Artificial intelligence is superset of dash and dash. Bravo. Machine learning and deep learning is the answer. Question number 33. What is the main objective of reinforcement learning? Nice work. You chose to optimize a predefined objective function, and it is correct. Question number 34. What is the characteristic of deep machine learning? Good thinking. Type of data inputs is the right answer. Question number 35. What is the building block of deep learning methods? Smart pick. Perceptron is the correct choice. Question number 36. What is the data requirement to train deep learning? Excellent choice. Large data is the right answer. Question number 37. What does the term deep in deep learning refer to? Clear logic. Your choice, the number of hidden layers in the neural network is sound and 100% true. Question number 38. What role does the bias play in a neural network? Good job. Your answer adjusting the overall influence of inputs works well here. Question number 39. Which of the following is not an advantage of Adam? Correct. Little computational cost is the right answer. Question number 40. Neural networks are considered an algorithm of dash. Correct response. Deep learning is the most accurate answer. Question number 41. What is one of the best practices in deep learning? Strong choice. Staying up to date with the latest research and advancements is the right answer. Question number 42. Which of the following is not supervised learning? Smart move. Clustering is an accurate answer. Question number 43. A dash neural network has more than one hidden layer. Perfect. Deep is the correct choice. Question number 44. Which of the following is a deep learning library? Nice selection. All of the above is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 45. What makes a neural network a deep neural network?
Well-reasoned. Has more than one hidden layer is the correct choice. Question number 46. Included in the unsupervised learning method are? Right again. Restricted Boltzmann machine is a valid answer. Question number 47. Which is not a deep learning training procedure? You chose hyperplane maximization, and it is correct.
Question number 48. What is the Monte Carlo method usually used for?
You got it. Your choice, probability distribution simulation for numerical estimation, is right. Question number 49. The following which are not hyperparameters are? You're right. Learning curve is the correct answer. Question number 50. What are the 3 most common learning styles? Great thinking. Visual spatial learning, auditory sequential learning, kinesthetic learning is the right choice. Question number 51. Deep learning works well despite of problem. Sharp thinking. High capacity is the right choice.
Question number 52. Outputs of learning are determined by the dash.
Well done. Application is the right choice. Question number 53. One of the optimizers used in deep learning is? Excellent. Adam is a brilliant choice. Question number 54. Deep learning algorithm for sequential problem. Great job. Run is the accurate answer. Question number 55. Which field has deep learning revolutionized? Solid response. Computer vision is a valid choice. Question number 56. The predecessor of the neural network is dash. Exactly. Threshold logic Dan Hebbian learning makes sense and it is right choice.
Question number 57. To speed up computing in deep learning, use.
Right choice. GPU is the best answer. Question number 58. The deep learning first layer is called the? Well picked. Input layer is the correct answer. Question number 59. The process of adjusting weight is known as? Nicely done. Learning is a solid answer. Question number 60. What are deep learning models inspired by? Valid point. Biological nervous systems is true. Question number 61. What are the challenges in deep learning? Well picked. Lack of labeled data and computational resources is the correct answer. Question number 62. What is the main focus of deep learning? Great thinking. Learning hierarchical representations of data is the right choice. Question number 63. Deep learning networks may comprise dash. You're right. 100 layers of more is the correct answer. Question number 64. Deep learning is successful due to dash. Excellent choice. All of these is the right answer. Question number 65. What is the advantage of deep learning? Right again. Best performance is a valid answer. Question number 66. What if the learning rate is too high? Great job. Model is difficult to converge is the accurate answer. Question number 67. Below is not a deep learning algorithm. On track. Ken is the correct answer.
Question number 68. It is not a deep learning framework.
Clear logic. Your choice Sinboard is sound and 100% true. Question number 69. Which is not a hyperparameter in MELP? Nice selection. Bias is the correct and valid answer. Question number 70. Learning styles are also called dash. Smart pick. Learning modalities is the correct choice. Question number 71. Deep learning became widely known in. Strong choice. 2010 is the right answer. Question number 72. What does machine learning focus on? Exactly. In the development of autonomous computer programs makes sense, and it is right choice.
Question number 73. What is deep learning also called?
Valid point. Hierarchical learning is true. Question number 74. What is the key to deep learning? Well done. Creation of an artificial neural network is the right choice.
Question number 75. How can deep learning be used?
Excellent. To predict the weather is a brilliant choice.
Question number 76. Dying ReLU issue occurs when?
Bravo. Any of the above occurs is the answer.
Question number 77. Very deep scene suffers from?
Well reasoned. Both A and B is the correct choice.
Question number 78. Learning partners act as?
Nicely done. Mover to pusher is a solid answer.
Question number 79. What is deep learning?
Perfect. Branch of machine learning is the correct choice.
Question number 80. Deep learning needs?
Solid response. More data to train is a valid choice.
Question number 81. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format?
Good job. Your answer contact Narayan Chengder works well here.